welcome back to my channel. In celebration of Valentine's Day this year, which is a nothing day to most of you out there, which is fine, I get it, but to me, I'm a bit of a romantic. And on a more personal note, I have a fondness for Greek mythology, which extends way back into the days when I could get these bad boys from book club. Remember book club? It's still a thing. Now, one of the most famous figures from the old Greek stories was the monster Medusa. She's best known today for having snakes for hair and for being so ugly that one look at her would turn you to stone. But her actual story goes much deeper than this, and like most love tales, ends in tragedy.
Oh, don't look so shocked.
So, in the spirit of being disappointed on Valentine's Day, join me as we travel back in time and across space to a faraway land where gods and demons and humans collide. Medusa was born to sea deities Keto and Phorcys, whose children were all, save Medusa, monsters. Medusa was one of 3 Gorgons, but unlike her sisters, she was mortal and beautiful. She caught the attentions and subsequent affections of the sea god Poseidon, who impregnated her in the temple of the virgin goddess Athena. There is some debate at this point in the story surrounding the question as to whether Medusa was raped, which is highly possible given the lusty and entitled natures of many of the gods and creatures of ancient mythological Greece, or whether she was seduced and fell in love, which is also possible considering she was mortal. I mean, what mortal wouldn't be overcome by a literal god? Especially if he was looking something like this.
Permission to come aboard.
And let's face it, there was a literal power imbalance here because she was a mortal woman and he was an actual god. Anyway, circumstances aside, as punishment for the act, Athena turns Medusa into a hideous monster and exiles her to the land of the Gorgons. Note how Poseidon gets away scot-free in this scenario. There's no mention of him being further involved at this point. He doesn't come charging in to protect Medusa's honor or visit her after she's been exiled. He makes no move to revoke her curse or avenge her destruction. And her treatment by Athena afterwards really reflects how the ancient society viewed women at the time, which was that they deserved whatever happened to them, and in a lot of cases, they deserved to be punished for it.
You have been shamed.
Regardless of whether she was raped or played, Medusa paid severely for this one encounter with Poseidon. And this isn't even the saddest part of the story. Word of Medusa's existence spread throughout the lands, and many men came to her lair hoping to slay her. But none succeeded, and all of them were turned to stone. Save the half-god Perseus, who used the bronze shield of Athena to avoid looking at her directly. And using his mighty sickle, he cut her horrible head from her horrible body.
Ew. Ugh, what a mess.
And then, from the seeping wound sprang her 2 unborn children, the legacy of that fateful encounter with Poseidon, the warrior Chrysaor and the winged Pegasus.
He's so cute.
And as Perseus carried Medusa's severed head back to the lands of men, it is said that the drops of blood that fell to earth became writhing snakes that spread across the deserts. And thus Medusa's tragic story ends. She was never regenerated, and her severed head was long used as a weapon of war. At the time, Medusa served as a representation of the anti-feminine. Hard, coarse, solitary, hideous to look at, monstrous in nature. Though today we regard her more as an innocent victim. The myth compounds the idea of being subordinate and submissive to greater beings that can ultimately do harm to you and not be held to account for it. In fact, they won't even hold each other to account for it, and they'll punish you. We see similar dynamics playing out in the real world today.
It's a big club, and you ain't in it. You and I are not in the big club.
Medusa began life as a beautiful mortal woman, and through unfortunate and cruel circumstance, she had her ability to ever be loved again taken from her. And then, she was brutally slaughtered.
Honestly, I don't know a sadder story than that, except maybe this. Anyway, that's it for this Valentine's Day special. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned because I will be uploading the Mars rover landing special this coming week, which is happening on the 19th for Australians, the 18th for Americans.
Remember, you can watch the event live on YouTube and Facebook, and you can head back over to my channel where I'll be posting all the highlights. I'm also on Instagram, you can follow me there. The link is in the description.
Happy Valentine's Day, and I'll see you in the next video.